first step would be for everybody to care about other people and not about themselves only.
People should respect each other, not dependent with the color, the gender.
We must avoid all this confrontation, you know.
The fact that we're all humans is what unites us.
But I think you start to think of yourself more as a person from the planet.
The task of the media is to help society find a common language and communicate.
I think friendship and being nice to each other can unite everyone.
I want to live in a society where the people are very conscious, so they make conscious decisions.
Work for the sake of society, for the sake of love, for the sake of connection.
I see that all people want two things: love and respect.
A compassionate society, a society that understands that your needs are validated.
What unites us is being in relationship with each other.
It's about humanizing the human society.
Everybody has to be informed in a proper way.
Let's support each other. Let's help each other, no matter what another person may have.
In the creative society, human life will be of highest value, and the best human qualities will prevail.
Greetings, dear viewers, and welcome to live conversation on Allatra TV UK. Today, we are going to speak about Creative Society project, whereas every single person is fundamental unit of society. And for those who are joining us at first time, I would like to remind that Allatra International Public Movement has launched a unique global project which called Creative Society. Within this project, we ask people all over the world how they envision creative and constructive society, such a society where everyone lives in happiness, prosperity, where everyone feels safe. And we're going to speak today more about this project and find out how can we build such a world for everybody. My co-host today is Elena, and she's going to introduce our guest and tell you more about our project.
Hello, dear viewers, and thank you, Alla. The goal of this project is to build a creative society by peaceful means. You can find full information on this project on the official website, Allatraunites.com. At the moment, conducting such interviews with people from all over the world, we are implementing the first stage of building creative society, an informational stage. It is my pleasure to introduce our wonderful guest today, Sajida Rahman Danny, Chairman at PFDA-Vocational Training Center Trust. Welcome to our program, Danny. Thank you for accepting our invitation.
Thank you for inviting me here.
About yourself. What do you do? And to share with us your story. What brought you to the point you are right now?
Thank you so much for inviting me here. It is an honor and pleasure to be here. To me, personally, I understand everybody has a purpose to serve. And I have been given the scope to learn and understand the life of a person with neuro-disabilities. I have a gift in my life, which is my son. He's a person with special needs. And that actually changed the whole perspective of my life. My son has brought me a very different dimension of living being, of understanding the gravity of the life and how we can really improve humanity in our greater society. So I really appreciate that I'm being given this opportunity to serve the persons with disabilities in total in our country and thereof.
Thank you very much, Danny, for sharing such a story with us, because it's really important and essential work you're doing right now. And you're a good example for many people who's already in this path. And thank you for sharing that with us. Ms. Danny, we also know you are the founder and president of Parents Forum for differently able. And could you please tell us a little bit more about this forum, what its goals and just in general about it?
Parents Forum is a platform where the parents of the special needs children could get together. See, every society is different, its structure is different. In our society, where knowledge and support system is bit scared, then we need to the civil society has to come forward with some sort of support mechanism, and that's what I did. What I did is I gathered the parents who has these special needs children. We share information. We created a network system among the parents and to reach them so that they can decide about their next step. They can be trained and be knowledgeable about the issue and about their children, and also could reach to the different requirements, I mean referral to different support mechanism. Is because the thing that I know, it might not be available to other parents, or they might not know where they would get the appropriate support, because neurodisabilities is a diverse issue. So the parents is the first stakeholder. As a first stakeholder, they need to understand, they need to react, and they need to perform the things in an appropriate way. So what we are trying to do is gather everything in that platform so parents can perform. We have done another thing that is not related to parents, but that is related to the person with disabilities, especially neuro-disabilities. The education system is there, but in our society, but more than education, academic education, the life skill and livelihood skill is another very, I would say, difficult and crucial thing for them to learn to live the life. What we did, we developed a vocational training center for the young adults and the adults. What we do in this center is we build skills in whichever capacity they have, regardless how silly it might sound to someone else, but we focus on individual's capacity. What I believe that everybody in this world has given some sort of capacity, some sort of strength, something that he can or she can perform. What we do is nurture that capacity. We link this to some sort of economical connection, because that capacity he can utilize to strengthen his next step, and link with the economical return for them to have successful life or worthy life. Is because something that they would do for their lifelong, it need to be by their strength and by their choice. So this is what we try to implement.
Really amazing. Thank you so much for sharing it, because yes, that we're teaching them life skills and they're very important. So no, because people with neuro disabilities, it's also part of humanity. We should treat them with respect and not exclude them for any part of our lives at all. They deserve better, and they also deserve to live fully and have a quality life like everybody else. Thank you so much.
Yeah, dear Danny, we would like to ask you the most important question of our interview today is about creative society, and how do you envision the creative society? Such a society would you, your family, and your loved, and every single person on this earth will live happily, prosperously, and will feel safe.
See, disparity that we have in our society, it's actually not started in our society. It actually started from our family, because that's how we brought up. That's how we have learned that we need to act. So to me, disparity should be removed first from our perceptions in the education system, in the family system that we come across and learn from our childhood. The gender inequality, the race and dividation, this has to be there because nature has created us on this like this. But the man-made disparity, that is what we should remove. And for that, I guess Aid Foundation have a very rightly mentioned the issues that should removed to remove this disparity among us. And it's important that we consider human being as human being, not by their race, not by their gender, not by their economical condition, not by the, where they live. Human being means human being, the most important creature of universe. And we should be respecting that. It's not someone else is disrespecting the most creative, creature on earth, but we ourselves are diminishing ourselves. And that is what we shouldn't be doing. Because if we do not live peacefully on this earth, if we destroy ourselves, if we destroy our society, our nature, our culture, our everything that we have outside, all these wars and disparity that we have outside in the world, the economical fight, the racial fight, the gender fight, that is not what we should have among us. Because as a human being, if we respect others as a human being, simple human being, that resolves all the issues. The respect is one of the most important things. Love must be there because human beings are creating out of love. And these are very simple things. It's not complicated. We human beings make things complicated. We human beings make the money, an issue. We human beings create the wars. It's not alien who made it. We made it. We created all these, differences among our societies, the rich and poor, black or white, men or women. No one else has done this. So it's if we created the problem, the solution is with us. So we have to think, if we think of a creative society, if we think about a better society, if we think about humanity, it's us. We have to act upon. And it's not really complicated. We make it complicated. Things are pretty simple. You just have to look through a different window to find the scope, the opportunities of betterment. And I think as individual, I think as a mother, I think as a part of my family and society, is that only us, only goodness in us should prevail. The fight, war, money, disparity, as a human being, this should be there. We cannot avoid because this is also part of human character. But then again, we are the one who can, diminish the devil inside us. It's not someone else. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yes, Danya, you're right. We are created this world, so it's in our hands, in all humanity, to change the world, to make it better, and to make the world that every single person deserves to live. And you're absolutely right in this subject, because yes, it's we should take responsibilities for our life, our planet, all together in our hands, because the earth belongs to humanity, for every single person. And we all live here and have responsibility for every single act and for every single deed we're doing and for every single word. So we have to use everything responsibly. Thank you so much, yes, for your opinion. It's just great. Also, we speak today about education with you. And we know that you dedicated your life to knowledge and education, and especially for children with neurodisabilities. We know that you are working with those kids and you're providing them such amazing life skills, and not just life skills, which are very important, but also helping them and helping schools around Bangladesh to actually understand what these children is also have to have high quality education, and it's not exceptions. They're all exactly the same like other people and deserve to have a good education. I'd like to ask you this question. How do you envision education in creative society? How can we create conditions that neuro-disabled children will be fully protected by society and have equal quality education?
See, education is, I'd say, the first step of understanding self and also creating a life uh, for a, not for only that person, but also uh, for people, around. But creating the system is another thing. The system has to be created by people who makes the policy, because the people with the disabilities, they would follow the policy, they would be in the they are the users. But creating the system is not really that easy, that we are saying, because before that you need to understand the gravity of the neurodisorders. In every aspect of life, it might be kind of affecting, whether it is seen or unseen, whether it is visible or invisible. So therefore, it is absolutely crucial that the policymakers should understand the diversity of the neurodisabilities before they include these things in the education system. It is extremely important as well to see when we uh, create policy, when we decide something, we see it only one side of the table. But to support or to create support mechanism for person with neurodisability, you have to create from the both sides, from your perspective, from the perspective who create the policy, who provide the education, but also you have to sit from the other side of the table, from the learner's perspective, for the student's perspective, for the caregiver's perspective, or the parent's perspective, because it's a complex thing. And this education system not only has to be from the school, start from the schools, it has to start even before the schooling system. Because when a person has started with these disorders, it certainly affects a lot of things. So the caregivers, they need to understand first how the education system, I'm not talking about only academic system, I'm talking about education system. So the academic would come at a later stage. So the parents or the caregiver need to understand, need to have that knowledge, that how they should prepare themselves to start the supporting. And then again, when the child start growing up, they must go through our institutional support, and that institutional support has to be well equipped, not only with the equipments but with the support mechanism. Because of its diversity, it needs different elements in the academic knowledge, in the academic system. So the policy has to be there, which has to be enabled to support a person or a child with neurodisabilities, but also mechanism and the system has to be there to monitor and evaluate if the person is able to learn. So the teaching aid, teaching learning process, the identification and the assessment, the technical knowledge, and implementation of the mechanism has to be there in place. And the question is, if the schooling academic system is really ready, should there be separate in their education system, in the academic education system or not. It's because they need to learn a lot more things in a lot more diverse way than the regular students, because the regular students can learn a lot of things from the environment, from the surroundings, from not only the textbook but also beyond. But whereas a person with neurodisabilities are quite unable. So should we mix these two groups together, or should we have a separate system, or should it go parallel? So this need to decide by the policymakers. And then again, at a later stage, I do strongly believe that they need to be prepared to go to academic steps to the higher process. For example, we go to schools, then high schools, then college, then university, then the professional area. But what we have to offer for them is our high school system or the college or university system are really supporting their education, or if even they're supporting, are the person with the neurodisabilities able to avail this support like other students? If not, what we offer them, how can they really get the best out of the quality that they have? So we need to make all these things at par before we even set the academic environment or educational system for them. It's I would say that a kind of a system, like not only inclusive but also qualified system for them to have the life skill, livelihood skills, and employment areas. So education is not in the schools or even after schools. It across the board of a person before they get into employment, and sometimes even in the employment, because they need to learn about the task they need to do in the work area or job area. So the things has to be broad. It's not you cannot really compartmentalize the system for them. It has to be across the board in different steps. Yeah.
Yes, thank you. You're so right, because you have to look and also educate not just children, but parents and teachers and society itself as well to understand this issues going on. And if they understand that, so the system can change quite quick as well, because everybody has to just be aware about that and understand how it works. And
I also think, I'm sorry for interruption. I also think that in order for them to be qualified to perform a job, uh, hands-on hands training, vocational training, or even at higher level, on-the-job training, industrial setup it should be mandatory. Otherwise, at some points they just the fall off, the turnover rate can become very high, which is very unlikely to the neurotypical person or normal person. So it's important that we also consider this in our in the planning. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely, you're absolutely right. These children, this part of society, their lives are valuable, and they have to have the opportunity to have a life as a human being, with all facilities, on all support, and this is the creative society. So we are entitled to create this society where they as well will have this all the benefits of the society, and they will have a fulfilled life of their all necessities. And I would like to ask you another question. We know that a lot of countries have gender equality issues. What do you think? Which kind of condition we have to create to form the gender equality in the world?
Very interesting question, and I'd say it's a burning question around the world. A lot of organization, a lot of movement are going on these issues. See, I really think from a very different perspective. Mother Nature has created us. Mother Nature has created everything on this universe. And every single thing has a purpose to serve. If Mother Nature created me like me and you like you, uh, it created women as women, men as men. Gender is not a problem. Power is a problem.
Absolutely.
So, gender issue, we may name it as gender issue, but it's actually the power balance in between male community and female community. To me, it's not about who is greater, who is less, because women has or female has a different purpose to serve, and the male has different purpose to serve. It's because, you know, the superiority issue, it is something that we brought it up, and we think that you know, whoever is greater, they have more power to exercise, more facilities to exercise, but they forget that it cannot go beyond what that specific person is. If I meant to be this much, I will mean this much. If I fight, I will shrink. I will not grow bigger. I might have this power as a human being. So, to me, this perception is extremely, I would say, it's a created chaos. It's not really a natural chaos. It's not a natural issue. So, anything which created is, I mean, it has solution. So it depends on us whether we want it or not. It's not something, as I said earlier, any problem, any issues that is man-made, that has a solution. So it depends actually on the understanding, on the knowledge, on the acceptance of us, male and female, both. I wouldn't say that this disparity is only a male issue. This is also a female issue, because I have seen the feminists how they act. I have seen the super dominating male character how they act. So I'd say it depends on that, imposed thoughts, that how we deal with it, how we really manage ourselves. Anything that is there in the outer world, in our family or in our society or in the global area, it started from self. Everything, especially every problem, is start with self. If I think it is right, it is right. If I think it is left, I'll go left. So if I could rectify myself, if I could open up the horizon of my thoughts, if we could perceive more positive thoughts, I think we can actually resolve a lot of created problems, uh, and have a solution. So, and to me, I actually deserve to be happy as individual, which is others as well. So if my peace is against craving or greed or power, I need to decide which way I should stand. So to me, gender issue is a burning issue. It's a man-made issues or imposed issues, and it has solution. And we are the one who can have the solution, not someone else.
Absolutely, we have to We have to accept our purpose of our life. Yeah, the men have they have their purpose, and the female they have their purpose. The respect has to prevail. Power between. Yes, you are right. We know a lot of female, which feminists, how they act, and a lot of men. Absolutely, respect and do your purpose of your life. Agree with you, absolutely. Thank you.
Yes, relationship between people is very important. And this is why Creative Society project is going to be created by people, for people. It's already created for people. And you can read the articles there, because after conducting the interviews with people all over the world, stages and foundations of building Creative Society was formed and described as an article. And you may read the full version of it on Allatraunites.com website. You right now see on your screens this article on 8 foundations and 3 stages of Creative Society. And you're right, absolutely. We know that this world was man-made, and we can make it better world for everybody. So let's to remind our viewers how actually 8 foundations look like, and watch a little video now about them. Dear viewers, if you would like to know more about our project, please visit our website allatraunites.com and read for yourself and find out for yourself how we can build a creative, constructive and supportive society where every single human being is fundamental unit of the society. So we are free welcoming you on this website, and you can read it all and join us, please, there as well. So Danya, we know you get familiar with those 8 foundations and 3 stages of building creative society. Could you please tell us, just in general, in your opinion, what do you think about them? And how can we implement them in our society?
Well, see, I guess the 8 Foundation gets the gist of the purpose of our existence. You know, this is how the humanity should prevail. This is how everything should be moving forward. That we are not really, a competitor among each other. We have to live in harmony. We have to live in love and, with the safety, with the equal society, with the equal, be treated by everybody. And I guess all the elements that Aid Foundation actually poses is very rightfully done, because the kind of differences that we have, the kind of disparity that we have, the kind of deviation that we have in our society, in our livelihood, it's extremely important that we change the pattern. And it's very interesting that how Allatra has moved, how Aid Foundation have really unite with so many lives worldwide, and how it still operates in a harmony. That's actually give us a hope that we can move out all these negative issues from our lives, from our society, and be in harmony, be in peace, and we can work together with holding hands each others, and we can move forward. The elements that it mentioned, actually it covers a lot of kind of issues that we have in this world at this moment. All these fights, wars, kind of racial problems, the everything that we have. It is very rightly mentioned in the eight foundations, constitutions, and it's wonderfully done. And I think the greater or the bigger that it would be, we would be able to unite together among each other, and that's how the world should move forward.
Thank you so much. You're so right about that, because these 8 foundations was created after future analytical work, what actually people want in this life. And they all want to be happy and feel safe. Everybody wants gender equality. Everybody wants just to feel like, I don't know, protected, secure, and stable in this world. And you're so right. You said all this, our interview. It's all we can do it together, united by the same goal as a humanity, as one human family. We can change everything. We can do such a better and beautiful world for everyone, and leave something for next generations that we can be proud of, because we as a humanity deserve to live better. Thank you so much for your opinion. It's amazing. Thank you.
Pleasure.
Yes, could you share with us your opinion? What every one of us can do in everyday's life to make the creative society happen?
What I would say, it's from a very personal, um, opinion. Uh, I have seen in surroundings, dealing with so many people, that we greatly lack of humanity. This humanity not only belongs to, uh, you know, human being, but in a greater sense. This also belongs to even animals, even other species as well. Humanity is the only thing that makes us unique. It makes us even superior. It makes us extraordinary, to contribute, to improve not only others' life, to our life, but also others' life. And we often forget our entitlement as human. So as long as we understand the worth of ourselves, what we can do, how much we can contribute, how much goodness that we have, I myself have inside. And if we could nurture this would definitely come out in my speech, in my work, in my behavior. And that is the only thing that we can do to improve everything else surrounded us. So to me, we need to dig into ourselves. We need to find out how better and genuine human being that we could be. As a human being, what is the power that I have? What is the credibility as I have? And if we could understand our worth, individual worth, that I can do this much, or I can do, improve this much, I can have that positive energy, I can, contribute this much. It's just that you need to understand yourself, and then only the greatness or goodness that you have can bring out, and that is, I term it, humanity, because that makes us unique than any other kind of creature that universe has. So this humanity can actually change the next to me. That humanity can change next to next one, which is society. That humanity can change the nation, and that humanity can change as a chain effect in the global goodness. I wouldn't say that it's a overnight thing. I wouldn't say that men or human species do not have this negative spirit or devil thoughts. Every human being is has downside or devil thoughts. That is how we are created. But then again, humanity would prevail if you are able to beat your own devil, own bad things, own uh, negative issues. And if we could do that, if we could fight the bad things that we have against us, then I guess we can move ahead. So it's when we talk about all these negative things, when we talk about thinking about harming someone else, or thinking about all these disparities, because it's not someone else has done it, we have contributed ourselves through our negative spirit to that particular steps. If I kill somebody, it's not someone else's kill. I myself kill. So the negative spirit that I have has activated even more than my positive spirit. So if I do something even better, so that negative, I would be able to then diminish the negative spirit in myself, and then move with the positive thing. So I would have to decide in which way I would go. So the problems in the society, the problems in the greater area, or in the nation, or worldwide, these problems, a lot of effort has even given to create these problems, and we human being did it, right? It's not the animals has done it. The natural disasters has a different thing, but the greater issues, greater bad things, or the negative things has been created by the human beings. So to me, this, if we could do that much negative things, if we could do that much harm to others, and that has started from me, it is every way it is possible that I can stop that. It will not be done overnight. It will not be done, drastically, but it is the effort day after day that the goodness would come out. Because the fight that we often do, and most important fight, is within ourselves, is within our negative selves. So as a conscious person, as a conscious human being, I need to decide in which way I should go. So to me, humanity is the most important and most crucial part of human being, to understand their oath, and understand about humanity and how they should move. These elements actually, the only and the most important element that kind of significantly make us different than others, all other species that has been created. So to me, without humanity, human being cannot move forward. And it's because if we think that from the history to till these days, humanity prevails. It's because goodness would always prevail than badness or negative things. So it has to be kind of understood by individuals, that how much one individual is worth, how much good thing that you can do, how much you can really highlight on your love and affection towards your life, and therefore others. That would make your life worth. That would make kind of your work, your initiative, your job, or whatever you do is unique. So the humanity is the first and most important thing for me.
Absolutely, I agree with you. So that the human, the positive side of us, or how to say, the light side of us, has to prevail on the negative side of us, because we are dual. So I absolutely agree with you. So a human being has to understand that working on himself, on ourselves, will help us to evaluate as a species, how we said, and as a human being. And only like this we could move on. Thank you very much. A very important understanding, and thank you for sharing. And as well, I would like to ask you another question. So, how we said in the first and the beginning of the program, we are in the informational stage of implementing the creative society. So, how do you think we should inform people? What to use to inform quicker the people, so they know about the creative society? What is the best way?
You are saying that how to spread this information that
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, well, there is only one very important elements that I miss in my life, which is networking. I really not am that good, but I guess that is one area that can boost up, because boost up in a sense that when we are talking, I'm sure the viewers of this show could also get something. And if they can talk about it to their close ones, they can talk about it to their close ones as well. And most importantly, in this world, if you could see in last 10 years, that it has become a very smaller world. Connectivity has increased a lot, like you are in Russia and UK, and I'm in Bangladesh. We are connected. So I guess internet is one of the most powerful medium that could connect anyone and everyone uh, who is in the internet worldwide, regardless where they are. And but of course, the information sharing internet is best. But I guess it's not only information; it's the message. So sharing the message, the right message with the right tone, is the crucial part. So when you talk about goodness, uh, this flies. So I'm sure with this, close world, with this network, with this, connection among each others, a lot of people would be interested to come close to this initiative.
Thank you very much. Yes, you're right. We can together can inform people really fast. And we can do it through networking or internet. Actually, is amazing tool right now. We're using it at the moment, and it's kind of connecting us with whole world. And doesn't matter, as you said, which country everyone is. We're all connected. Thank you so much, Danny, for all your questions, for all your answers on our questions. And we have a tradition on our channel when we ask our guests to nominate somebody. Someone is maybe social active, someone you personally know, or colleague or relative, and invite this person for our next live broadcast. Could you please tell us a name of the person that you would like to invite to next live broadcast?
I have quite a few, a number of people in my mind, but I guess I would professionally I choose a few, and also in my friends who are contributing in the developmental areas, I would also nominate them. One is Gulfam. She's a very good, I would say, developmental worker and been contributing for more than 20 years in this area. And professionally, I have a few others in mind. In due time, I'm definitely going to, nominate them, because I think it is a very good initiative, and I think it is it's something for a greater good, and anything that we can do or I can do personally to carry forward this initiative, I'd be very happy and pleased to do it.
Thank you so much. They sound fantastic, and we're looking forward to have them on our program. And also, we would like to invite you to be co-host on our program as well. And the biggest thing you can do, and every one of us can do, and all our viewers can do, to spread the information, to share these videos, to hashtags, hashtag Creative Society and hashtag Allatraunites. And just tell your neighbor, I don't know, your friends, and everybody around you about this project, because as faster we will be informing people and faster it will be implemented. Thank you so much, Dania.
Thank you. It
I
was
would like
a pleasure and honor actually to even have this kind of discussion, because in this materialistic world, a lot of people do not understand the gravity of the real issues, and I'm really happy that you brought these issues, set aside my work, and you connected with these these two issues and talk about even more greater interesting and diverse areas that I actually haven't thought of to talk about here, because I don't talk about these things much, because a lot of people do not understand that. I'm really happy that you brought this up and we could share our minds.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you very much. It was a big honor for us to have you on our program. And I would like to say that everybody who wants to join our project on Allatra International Public Movement, please visit our website, allatraunites.com, where you see the red button, join. All you need is to fill out a very short and easy form, and the volunteers of Allatra International Public Movement will contact you.
Thank you, Elena. And before we let you go, Dania, we would like to ask you a couple more things. And number one is, what would you like to wish for humanity and for all people who are watching us right now? Something from your heart, maybe some advice or just some message, something just you would like to share with people.
I guess the topmost elements of prevailing humanity is love and respect. If you could have these two things in your heart, I guess humanity would prevail. And you are born, I am born as human being. So this is the minimum thing that we can have in our heart, is the respect for everything else and love and affection for
Yes.
everything.
Yes, it's right. Yes, let's respect each other. Let's lift each other up. Let's just live together as one big human family. We deserve it. We all deserve it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, dear Dania, so do you support the Creative Society project?
I have gone through the 8 foundations details, and I think it is how the world should move, because the disparity that we have created, it is perhaps time that we avoid this disparity and we unite with each other. It should be equal to everybody, regardless all these differences that human being created. So I support this kind of motto or perception about this initiative, and I really am happy to be able to join with this initiative.
I would like to ask you to tell us in your native language, I support Creative Society.
Creative Society কে আমি সমর্থন করি.
Oh, wow.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dani, for all your answers, and thank you for being with us today. It was great and inspiring and wonderful conversation. And you as example for other people, for other parents, for everyone. Just really amazing. We spoke today about such issues in our world. We have to know. We shouldn't shut it down. We have to look on it. And wherever there's questions, there's solution. So we have to do it together. And thank you so much. We wish you all the best. We wish you all the luck and all the light in your work. And let's stay connected. Thank you again for everything today.
Yes, we can build a human world which our humanity deserves. So, but we could build it only united by one goal.
Absolutely, absolutely, and it is a pleasure. It is. I'm really honored to be able to join here and called upon by your initiative, and I really, really wish success of this movement. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Danny. So bye for now, and let's stay connected.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Every day, we share a great amount of information. This information forms our reality. Is this the way we wish to live? We need change. The change starts with us, with the information we share. Consumer society leads us to death. We need a new vector of life, a creative society. It is up to you and me to build a creative society worldwide, where human life is the main value. Development of humanity is the main aim. Human safety is the main priority. Is it possible to build a creative society now? Yes. All we need to do is unite in one common idea, a creative society. People around the world are already acting to share the idea of creative society with the whole world to make it a reality. Learn how on the unique international online conference, Creative Society, United We Can, December 20th, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, live on Allatra TV. You are the one who can change the future.